Hey guys, what's up? Murphy Firearms Training here. Um, so this past summer, I was out buying supplies for muzzleloading season. It is currently muzzleloading season for deer in North Carolina. And my wife and I, we both muzzleload hunt. My boys both rifle hunt. We don't have muzzleloaders for them yet, so they go sit with us, and it's a nice, fun family activity. And saw these Hornady SSTs. I've had a lot of good luck with Hornady products in the past, so I bought these Hornady SSTs, went to the range with both muzzleloaders. I bought several boxes so that we could shoot them a lot, make sure that they were hitting to point of aim. We were shooting mini balls, the big lead, 300, I think 350, 395 grain, big lead, big hunk of lead basically with wax screws. And decided to upgrade to a more modern bullet, right? So here's the SST muzzleloading bullet right here. A nice smooth jacket, polymer tip. These do group quite well in both of our muzzleloaders, both CVA, Optimas. They group really well. I think mine was grouping about an inch at 100 yards. And hers, I think, was grouping 1.25 inches, 1.5 and that may be her and not the gun. But anyway, so here we are. We've got, nice little red sabot and what looks like a modern bullet that you'd see in any rifle for deer hunting, okay? So bought this. She's shooting a 100 grain charge. So it's 100 grains of Pyrodex. Actually, it's Pyrodex 777. So 100 grains of Pyrodex 777 is what we sighted it in with. It's what we're shooting, both of us. And so she shot a really nice 10-pointer. And the bullet went in just behind the right shoulder, through the rib cage, through both lungs, and actually hit, he was slightly quartering away, it actually hit the left shoulder, actually left leg bone, because the bullet was downward trajectory because she was in a tree stand. Hit the left leg bone, broke the left leg bone, and lodged under the skin. It did not exit on a 10-pointer, okay? And so when the bullet did not exit, I assumed it had mushroomed quite violently and had done lots and lots of damage, except that he ran about 100 yards. We did find him. Wasn't a lot of blood. And then this is what we recovered under the skin. And I want to show a couple things. First of all, I want to show the tip here. This all the petals just sheared off. All the petals just sheared off. We didn't find them anywhere in the deer, okay? It really didn't mushroom a lot. I mean, if you look at it this way compared to a new one, pretty much just that area where it's been scored is all that mushroomed, if you hold those base to base, okay? So very little expansion at all. Did not get back into the main part of the bullet. Very little expansion. All of the petals ripped off. All of the lead ripped off. And then for whatever reason, if you look, you can tell this thing is flat, okay? So that means it hit the shoulder bone on the other side. It hit the shoulder bone sideways. So it was like tumbling. So not a lot of expansion. It looks like the bullet tumbled and hit the bone sideways, because when I found it under the skin, it was literally like this up against the skin. So it was literally sideways, not, so not a lot of expansion. All these petals just sheared off, which really, really didn't help. Didn't fly straight, didn't exit. I'm a little disappointed, to be honest with you. If I put those side by side, zoom in so you can see them not in my hand, okay? You can really see there's just very little expansion. It's really, really kind of sad. So I don't know what we're going to do for the rest of muzzleloading season, which is the rest of this week and all next week. But we may just not go hunting. That kind of performance is really, It's just kind of disappointing, to be honest with you. I expect better. 100 grain charge is, I mean, pretty much across the board, the typical charge that most muzzleloading hunters use. And to be honest with you, with that amount of with no more expansion than that gave, and with no exit wound, I'm really better off just using a hard cast lead bullet that would at least drive through the animal and give me an exit wound. So anyway, wanted to show that. Thought that was really interesting. This was Saturday night that this happened, and today is Sunday evening, and so I'm filming this Sunday evening, you know, after we've gotten our deer all cleaned up and everything, and found this and wanted to show it next to a brand new one, and just see and like I said, you can tell if you lay it this way, you can tell it flattened out. So it hit, I assume when it hit the shoulder bone on the far side, it was flying kind of sideways. It did do a lot of damage to the lungs, but I think just about any bullet would have done this much damage. So it wasn't that impressive, and I really would like to have either seen more expansion and more damage, or an exit wound, one or the other. This is kind of that unhappy medium where it didn't expand enough to do a horrendous amount of damage, but it expanded enough that it didn't give me an exit wound, which made finding the animal a lot harder. So wanted to post that video, show that to folks. If you are looking at Hornady SST muzzleloading projectiles, they talk about their high performance here, higher velocities and flatter trajectories, but not enough to expand out of a standard muzzleloader with, I think that's got a 22-inch barrel, a CVA Optima, and then 100 grains of powder behind it. So anyway, and it wasn't a long shot. He was about 40 yards away, so it wasn't an issue where you take a long shot and you've lost a lot of velocity, you know, 200 yards or anything crazy. It's a 40-yard shot. So, I mean, it is a chip shot. And for me, there's no reason this shouldn't have either expanded more or have exited. So it's back to the drawing board for me. I'm going to find something different to shoot out of our muzzle loaders. I don't know what that'll be. You know, maybe I'll make a video on my quest for a good muzzle loading round, and I'll keep you updated. If you have questions, leave them in the comments, and please like and subscribe. Thanks, guys.